And good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday to you, March 18th, 2021. Hope your St. Patty's Day was eventful, not too crazy. Hope you stayed safe. Hope you're not feeling too shitty this morning. Morning, Joey. I'm your host, Joey Molinaro. Thanks for being with me. Another rainy day in Indianapolis, but it's a good day. And it's a good day. It's a great day, actually, because the Ncaa tournament is back. Yes, it is back tonight, starting at 5 o'clock. It is back. As you know, Indy hosting everything. It's Indy Insanity. Be a part of history. Get your merch below. I tell you every day, subscribe to the channel. Indy Insanity merch, cup of Joey mug I have on me. You know the deal. If you're new, you know the deal. I'm going to remind you every single day. There it is, description below to get those. But it's a great day, even though it's rainy and crappy outside. Because of that, I'm going to get to that here in a little bit. But like I said, St. Patrick's Day yesterday on a Wednesday. I talked with Brianna Chicken Fry during the show yesterday about what do? What do you if it's on a Wednesday, do you celebrate the weekend before and then on Wednesday and then the weekend following that? I think a lot of people probably do. I'm in a euchre league on Wednesday nights. And for those of you who aren't from the Midwest or from Indianapolis, euchre is one of the best games ever. It's a card game. It's it's a regional thing, So like I said, if you're not from around the area, what the hell is that? It's too hard to explain over a live stream, but I recommend that you try to learn because it could kill some time. Fun drinking game. It's not a drinking game, technically, in terms of like flip cup and things like that. But what I'm saying is that it's easy to drink while you're playing, even though it can get confusing. Anyways, I'm in a euchre league, and I was out at that last night, and in a bar in Broad Ripple, where it takes place. And it was packed, man. It was, it was a good crowd. It was a really good crowd on St. Patrick's Day itself. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be the case. See people out later this weekend. It's amazing to me how, and it's probably going to sound gross to you, but the power of pickles, all right, and pickle juice. Stay with me here. Now, last night had, while I was playing cards, I was there for close to 2 hours. I think I might have had 2 beers, maybe 1, maybe 2. And then I come back home and I have 2 glasses of wine. So I didn't get crazy, all right? This is not 21, 22-year-old Joey on St. Patrick's Day like a lot of those people I saw in Broad Ripple last night. Have at it. Nothing wrong with it. It's St. Patty's. That's what you do. But I just didn't get that crazy, getting to this point in the story. I had the 2 glasses of wine, and I woke up this morning, and I was just feeling kind of crappy. My stomach felt weird. I don't know if it was the mix of the beer and the wine. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's probably that, but it was one of those things where I didn't go crazy, but I still felt kind of like shit. And so it's 8 a.m. I'm prepping for the show. And I say, I can't do this. When you kind of have like the warm sweats a little bit, like you feel shitty. You have kind of like the warm sweats and your stomach just feels like garbage again. And I'm thinking, I didn't even go hard last night. 2 beers and 2 glasses of wine. Once I got home, that's it. Not even glasses too. It was like, it was one of these. I drank it out of a freaking whiskey glass. So it was like, I filled it up to like there. Anyways, feeling like shit. So I say, Happy, we got to go figure this out. We got to go get some pickles. Pickles are the go-to. Whenever you're feeling like garbage, you got that nasty kind of hungover but not hungover feeling in your stomach, get you some pickles, down a couple of them. Doesn't matter how early it is. You have to drink the pickle juice, do that too. Immediately alleviates it. It's crazy. Riley, sometimes she'll just like chug pickle juice. She's feeling like crap. She's like, go get the pickles. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She'll call me crazy. 8:15 this morning, down in pickles. That was my breakfast. Pickles and coffee. The hungover breakfast of champions for people who aren't really even hungover. Pickles and coffee. And then they have to be like the, not the, I guess the The thin sliced ones will work. I bet they'll all probably work, but we get these like special kind that we order. We're really particular about our pickles. Pickle Talk on Morning Joey. And they're like the crunchy, they're probably like yay long, varying from like here to there that long, but they're the round ones, kind of like a cucumber, and they're crunchy, and they just alleviate stomach pain, man. And they alleviate it big time. I got Happy. I told you Happy. He's down here passed out. He's found a new little corner that he likes to sleep in, so he's passed out here right by me. He'll probably make an appearance, I would assume, before the end of the hour. Let's get into it, though. Triple shot. Like I said, tournament back for the first time over 700 days. Congrats, everybody. We made it. We made it. Take this in. Drink it in with the pickle juice and the coffee. We made it. No March Madness last year. We made it through the conference tournaments, and the day we've been waiting for is here. You got the play-in games tonight. Going to get wild. You got the first four, 5-10, Texas Southern and Mount St. Mary's. 627, the 11 seeds, Drake at Wichita State. Then you go at 840, my guy Brad Fay, Appalachian State, a 16 seed against Norfolk State, a 16 seed. Brad Fay, Ron Colley alum, St. Jude alum, grew up with him, known him my whole life. On the coaching staff for App State. Way to go, buddy. Going to be pulling for you hard in that one. So big shout out to him. Indy Star did a nice little write-up, an article on him, his journey and where he is now and how he got to there. Telling you, this guy, Brad Stevens, this guy! Everybody's talking about Brad Stevens. Brad Fay, remember the name. 10 years from now, maybe even less, the dude is going to be the up-and-coming coach. Swear to God. Brad Fay, remember it. Anyways, 16 seeds, App State, Norfolk State, tipping off at 840. And then up at Mackey Arena, how about this? You got two blue bloods, right? 11 seeds, UCLA, Michigan State, late tip, about 10 o'clock up at Mackey Arena. So we got games all night. Cue the, it's miraculous, man. We're here. And, I'm not typically even like a huge college basketball guy. Yes, I follow the Boilers and watch all their games and LSU as well. But it feels so good when the weather's turning. And it's just a certain feel in the air that you can't really put your finger on. But you can feel it. And it's here for the first time in over 700 days. That's absolutely insane. We made it to the other side. I saw a report this morning from Wish TV in Indianapolis that said over 20,000 fans are going to make their way to Indianapolis for the tournament. So very excited about that. If you're one of those fans, I spent a lot of time on a blog. All right, I spent a lot of time on a blog outlining the spots I go to in our 4 regions, 4 neighborhoods in Indianapolis. All right, Mass Ave, Fountain Square, Meridian, Georgia Street, Broad Ripple, where I was at last night. Go check that out. I'll keep retweeting it. I'll keep putting it out there on my socials, but it's on barstoolsports.com. If you just search my name on there, it'll pop up because I still get messages. I wrote it and I'm glad to answer the messages. Keep them coming, please. But I still get the messages about, hey, I'm going here on Saturday and what's good around here around Lucas Oil. Keep that article on you. Keep that blog on you if you're coming to Indianapolis. And also get some of the Indy Insanity merch so you can rock that and know where you're going and be a part of the whole thing. But that's exciting, man. Got the games happening, 20K people coming to Indianapolis. Business is going to be booming around town. Very, very, very excited about that. Those are the 4 games coming up. I get second on triple shot. Let's get to the second shot. I consider myself a decently fucking wine brain talking here. Decently, I consider myself, have decent fashion. There we go. Not even fashion. I'm just like, I feel like if I go out, I can look presentable, right? Look all right. Have a good grip on like, okay, that looks good. That doesn't. Fashion is just a whole different game, man. I can't And what I mean by this is there's the Paris Fashion Week that's going on right now. Apparently, and I need you guys to take a look at this because it's one of the more fascinating things I've ever seen in my life. Let's share the screen here. Pickle brain, dude. Exactly. David, who has better hair, you or your wife? My wife. She takes better care of it. I just wake up and throw a hat on. She dyed it recently, so that's good. It's good for her. Anyways, let me get to this. Let me share my screen here. Is what I'm doing. We're sharing the screen so I can show you what I'm talking about this fashion week. All right. I mean, what is going on here? The Rick Owens Spring Collection, Paris Fashion Week. You just have another person with their ass in your face. Like, what are we doing? So 69 is just fashion now, is what we're saying. Oh, look at that. Those people don't even look real. Those look like wax figures. Like, somebody needs to help me, and maybe I just don't get it. I'm not maybe I don't get it, but like, is Fashion Week, is it, they're not saying like this is trendy stuff, right? There's no way they're saying like this is like a new trend that people are going to start doing, strapping a baby carrier and having a grown adult person put their undercarriage in your face and walk around, right? Like, it's just making a statement on the runway. It has to be. Good for, I mean, look at these people. They're walking steady and walking strong, and they got a whole nother 100+ pound person just strapped on the front of them. That can be good for the back, but I mean, her stature looks not too bad. That's like my least favorite part about fashion and about movies, and I guess just like the arts. Like, I love the arts, but my least favorite part of it is I can't tell if it's all just like one big joke. It's like the cat and mouse game with me and Cowherd. I'm like, they're doing this to say that like we don't understand it, but they don't understand it because who the hell understands that? It's like that with the arts and everything like that. It's just like the more fucked up it is, or like the worse it looks, the better it is. I don't know. Thank you, Ian. That's exactly what I'm saying. And that's the response. It's art. You wouldn't understand. From John, which one would you rather be? Upside down sniffing crotch or carrying someone potentially smelling farts? How to get pink eye 101. This is good. From Andrew. Fashion. The worse it looks, the more expensive it is. My dad always said that, dude. My dad had a lot of weird sayings that he taught me growing up, but one of them was like, look around you. We'd be like I don't know, we'd be at a sporting event, or we'd be even at church, and my dad would be like, look around. The people who dress like complete dickheads are the richest people here. And I was like, wow, yeah. And he's like, because they can. When you're rich, you can do whatever you want because who's telling you no? Like Happy Gilmore. Talk to my neighbor, the accountant, huge ass, goofy pants and a huge ass. That's for accountants. For rich people in fashion, it's just like, let's completely make ourselves look like assholes with an asshole in our face. From David, the French Lick collection. Nice. French Lick down in southern Indiana, home of Larry Bird. From Superman, it's clothes. Everything has been done already. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's kind of the same with movies, same with everything. Like what hasn't been done, are getting to the point. Let's just 69 each other and walk around. Sounds good. Third shot. Let's pump a third shot in there. Juju watch. Juju watch. Went on the Yinzers podcast last night. They were great with SteelersNation.com. Three ladies, and they do a great job. Huge Steelers fans, write about them. Anyways, we're talking about Juju, and we were all checking our phones the entire time because we were like, all right, when's it going to break? When's it going to break? We're on day 4 of Juju Watch, officially day 4, not signed anywhere as I speak at 9:15 on Thursday morning. You've seen Curtis Samuel signed with Washington, Marvin Jones with Jacksonville. I think Kenny Golladay is about to get a deal. Corey Davis got signed on the first day with the Jets, and everybody talked about it on Monday. Everybody thought Juju was going to go there. Not looking like that's the case. So what's going to happen with my guy Juju? Last night, photo surfaced, somebody took a shot of him. He was working out, I think, like an LA Fitness in Pittsburgh. So everybody's like, what does it mean? Is he staying here? And I'm like, the dude lives in Pittsburgh still, right? That's where he's settled down in for the last 4 or 5 years. So I wouldn't make too much of that. But I said last night on the show, I'll say again this morning, the longer we go without Juju signing somewhere, I feel like you have to feel the better about him coming back to Pittsburgh. Everybody wants to make a big deal, too, about I saw some jerk off that was like, oh, bad Juju regrets acting like a 12-year-old on camera now. I'm like, dude, Juju's never been a problem at all. So he has a TikTok, dude. So does everybody else. Juju's never been a guy like AB. He's never been a guy like that at all. So he likes to have fun, and he has a TikTok. Shut the fuck up. That's just so annoying. That's not the reason why Juju hasn't been signed. The reason that Juju hasn't been signed is that people are looking and saying, why would I want to pay $15 million for a dude where I can draft a guy in the second round and he can be a Chase Claypool, he can be, or draft in the first round, he could be a Justin Jefferson, and I get him on the cheap for the next 4 or 5 years. The wide receiver market is what we're seeing, what we used to see with the running back market in a way. People were like, why draft him that high? Why pay him? I can go get a guy in the third round and come in and he can be, a Pro Bowler in his rookie year. That's how it's working with the wide receivers right now. And God love Juju, but Corey Davis is like an outside deep threat. Marvin Jones, the same thing. Curtis Samuel, he's kind of a Swiss Army knife. You can line him up in the backfield. He can do a little bit of that. He can line up everywhere at receiver. Juju doesn't do that. Juju's like a Hines Ward, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's a hell of a player. Hines Ward, hell of a player. But it's got to be more of the right fit, I think, for Juju than it has to be for a guy like Corey Davis or those guys that I mentioned, Curtis Samuel. Because, they're more of, Corey Davis, that deep, big body outside threat. And then Curtis Samuel is, like I said, you can kind of line him up anywhere and fit him in. So I would think that, today or tomorrow, hopefully for Juju, he signs somewhere. But, day 4 of Juju watch. Didn't think we'd be here for sure. And I know he probably didn't think that as well. So it's tough, man. And if he comes back to Pittsburgh, then great. I don't want it to be like a thing where he's, he had to settle for Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh had to settle for him. And I know it will be that, so it's going to suck anyways. No, I'm a Juju guy. I like him. I like him. He went on a podcast though, and he said that this kid asked him, the host was like, if you could box somebody, who would it be? And he gave him 30 seconds to answer. And Juju kind of laughed and said they talked about it, and he answered pretty much right away. I call out AB. Maybe talk to bosses at B with Dave and Erica and see if we can line up Rough and Rowdy with AB and Juju. That would break records. I would love to see that. I think Juju would surprise some people in that. I do. Juju versus AB. Steelers fans would love to see that one. And honestly, I mean, they'd love to see it either way, I think, at this point, because there's so many people out there that are, shitty with Juju and think that he's annoying and acts childish. So they probably want to see him get hit as well. Kind of a win-win. All right, that's Triple Shot. Let's get into, I tweeted yesterday the ranking of the holidays because I was thinking about it on St. Patrick's Day while I was walking Happy Boy. And I was like, you got to appreciate St. Patrick's Day because it's one of the handful of only things in life that gets immensely better as you get older rather than it was as a kid. When you're a kid, who gives a shit about St. Patrick's Day? You get to wear like a green shirt to school. Nice. I mean, there's no benefit to St. Patrick's Day. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty nice. As you get older, everybody says everything, oh, I wish I was a kid. Oh, things get worse as you get older. It only gets worse from here. The kind of negative, cynic people out there who hate their lives. But I was like, not St. Patty's Day, man. Even those people can't argue with that. St. Patrick's Day just gets better and better. I was out that place last night, and I saw all these, like, sweet older people that were all decked out in green, and some of the ladies had, like, the little green hats and shit, and they were having so much fun. There you go. So I tweeted out my rankings, and, on a tweet, you can't really explain a whole lot, so I figured, why not use the show that I have every single day and get into it a little bit. So I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts on it. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on it as we go through here. So I'm going to start. We're going to do kid versus adult. All right? Kid versus adult. We'll start with the kid, ranking them. Like I said, and we're going to go, because it builds up the suspense a little bit, we're going to go from the last one to the first one. We play this game top 5 on road trips with my family, all right? And everybody else can get that you start at 5 and you build up to 1, because if you say your first one, then who gives a shit about number 5? My dad can never get it, all right? Classic dad. Dad in the front seat every single time. Movies? I'm thinking. So I'm gonna start with 1. Dad, we're going 5-1. Get it there, you scared. All right, so we're gonna do that as a kid. Starting, I let 20. I mean, nobody cares about St. Patty's Day when you're a kid. Why would you? Nobody cares. 20, all the way below. I mean, you could throw fake ass how Valentine's Day is above that as a kid, because you get a school party and candy and everything like that, and maybe the girl that you like touches your arm or something. So from there, number 6, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving as a kid kind of blows. You're not to the point yet where you like to eat that much, so food is not that important to you. It's always kind of a hassle. Your mom or your grandma is kind of forcing you to go sit down and eat. And then if you don't, then your dad or your grandpa's coming to whoop your ass. And so you're like, this sucks. So you don't really like the food that much. Your mom always makes you dress in some sweater that's really hot and itchy, and you don't want to do it anyways. It's the build up to Christmas. So it's just like, what are we doing here? This is like a tease to Christmas. We're all here doing the same thing, but there's no presents. There's no anything fun like that. You're just there eating food that you don't want to eat. 6, Thanksgiving. 5 as a kid, New Year's. New Year's is better than Thanksgiving because as a kid, for whatever reason, you always want to get as little amount of sleep as possible. Another thing that I think is funny that switches. When you're an adult, all you want to do is sleep. When you're a kid, I don't want to sleep ever. And New Year's is like one of the only times of the year that you're allowed to stay up. It's encouraged to stay up, as a matter of fact. So you're losing your mind. You're hype off of Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. You got the hats and the blow things that your grandpa wants to take and throw, outside because they're so loud and annoying. New Year's number 5. Number 4, 4th of July. Number 4 and number 3 here are a little bit tough. As a kid, 4th of July, it's summer break. You're probably at a pool party. The fireworks are hype. Everybody's excited about the fireworks all day. Maybe you get to play with a little bit of the sparklers. You got to be careful with those. God, how big of a nightmare are sparklers for like a mom when you're a kid? Here you go. Yeah, light this up. Just don't be too wild with it because it could, burn your hand off. But then like the little popper things too. Those are a lot of fun. 4th of July, again, maybe I'm just materialistic, but I put it below Easter. And I think you could go both ways here as a kid because 4th of July is nice. It's summer break. You're at a pool party, a lot of fun. But Easter, when you're a kid, like you usually get, growing up for me, you get a pretty nice basket. Never know. Dad had a good year. Mom had a good year. Maybe you get like a video game in there or something. I don't know, like a DVD, a CD. CDs were always big for me on Easter when I was a kid. It's like a good gift, but it's not too expensive, for the old Easter bunny or for mom and dad. So you get the basket, get some candy. Like, you're like waking up to something. You're like, yes, I get my Easter basket. This is cool. And then you go do an Easter egg hunt. And so you get more candy. Or if your grandparents are feeling real wild, they'll put a little bit of cash in there. Maybe I'm walking away with an Easter basket and a $10 bill. Fuck with me now. Man, when you get that $10 bill, it's like the TikTok trend. I'm crazy about your likeness. That's you when you're walking around with all your other cousins. You're like, yeah, I found the cash this year. Number 2, Halloween. Halloween as a kid, unbelievable. Jerry Seinfeld obviously has like the best bit ever about it, like a holiday of candy. Well, you can honestly put it maybe above Christmas for some as a kid. When you're like 7 or 8 years old, you just get to go around and again, it's encouraged to like have the Halloween candy and you can, it's unbelievable. And then number 1, Christmas. Come on. No, Santa, presents, toys, out of school. That's really hard to compete with. It's really hard to compete with. But Halloween, I think, could give a run for its money. I do. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we got. R&R, let's go. Justin Saban, all right, almost came out there. I slip into impressions every now and then, guys. You'll find that. My Riley will call me out on it. My sister, my mom will call me out on it sometimes. If I'm getting into a real like serious debate, sometimes Cowherd will come out. If I'm ranking things, all of a sudden I'm talking like Mel Kiper. If I'm making a really serious point again, voice crack. Maybe a little Saban eye. If I laugh, if I'm doing a fake laugh sometimes, kind of, a little bit of, some luck can come out. It's, it's not easy, man. It's from Dungeon Delver. Born and raised Southern, our cooking is godlike. In order of 5 New Year's Eve, 4 Easter, 3 Thanksgiving, 2 Halloween, 1 Christmas. When I was a kid, 3 Thanksgiving. That's a fair point, but really, even as like a 7 or 8 year old, you're like, man, I'm high. 7 and 8 year olds don't care about food. They don't ever want to eat unless it's candy. Seriously, Justin, if I'm ranking things, milk, it's like I just slip into it. And if I'm ranking things, or if I'm like giving, like, when people ask me in person, like, what's a good spot to go to? I'm like, oh yeah, I think you look at Slippery Noodle, really good, really happy about that. Brothers across the street, a lot of potential. People are worried about some bar fights, And then if I'm trying to be smooth, then all of a sudden, Lil Collinsworth comes out. There's no doubt about it. You guys are awesome, though, man. I'm really, side note, I'm just happy that you guys are here with me every morning. I have so much fun doing this, so thank you. So that's a kid. As adults, It changes a little bit. It changes. See, now all of a sudden I'm coward. It changes a little bit though. As an adult, you go, let's start. You don't have to worry about St. Patty's being all the way down here because it gets a lot better. So for me, as an adult, 6 Easter. Weather's kind of weird. Why are we eating this ham? You know, people make it. You have the aunt or the cousin that makes it like too holy. You're like, hey, we get it. We know this is a big day, but like we can still have some fun. No, we can still maybe have a mimosa on Easter Sunday. Aunt Karen, all right, let's just chill out. You don't get the baskets. You got to deal with all the little crazy ass kids running around. Like it's just there's not a lot to offer there besides the resurrection of our Lord and Savior. Besides that, it all can kind of, it goes to shit. But that's a big thing. So thanks, Jesus. Number 5, again, there was a lot of. This was a contentious, a contentious point on Twitter. And I'm a huge 4th of July guy. I am, but number 5, I'm just feeling like 4th of July. I just feel like that's where it belongs. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. I don't know why I have it that low. I don't. Maybe it's because I'm biased. And yesterday was St. Patty's when I made this list. If it was July, I bet the 4th of July, the hype about it, it would get up there more. But right at 5, I think 4th of July sitting there at 5. 4, Halloween. Halloween's right there with St. Patty's for me, where it's awesome as a kid. And then once you make it through, that weird gap to where you can't trick or treat, but you don't really have fun Halloween parties because you're not old enough and not allowed to. And once you get into later high school, college, adulthood, Halloween's like, oh, this is fun again. We replace candy with booze. We're still all dressing up, have fun costumes. Everybody's in a good spirit. I'm a big Halloween guy as well. Ben Johnson, he always says, isn't it funny that humans just made up holidays so we don't kill ourselves? Hey, man, I mean, they're nice breaks, There's something to look forward to. 3, again, you could flip 4th of July or St. Patty's. I was biased yesterday, but yeah, I mean, everybody's wearing the green. We're all in good spirits. Everybody's out, even if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday like it was yesterday. People take it seriously. It's an excuse right in the middle of March when there's not a lot else going on to just celebrate and get together. It's we're having a great time day drinking. It's just fun, man. It's just a fun, festive ass time. 2, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving makes a huge. Here we go, Kuiper. I think a look at Thanksgiving with the potential as an adult, it makes a big jump. You look at the food, you look at the dessert. Thanksgiving makes a huge jump up the board as an adult. I'm not a big Blackout Wednesday guy because I like to enjoy Thanksgiving for what it is and not have to worry about. I'd rather have too many drinks on Thanksgiving, feel it on Black Friday, rather than have too many drinks the night before Thanksgiving and then wake up and have my Thanksgiving day ruined. No. The food, desserts, pumpkin pie. Everybody's talking about Christmas. You're feeling it in the air. You don't have to work the next day. Most of us, at least I don't. People were like, yeah, I've been really lucky. I usually have the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. And I did a blog about it this last Thanksgiving, and people were like, I've never had the Wednesday before Thanksgiving off. Damn, sounds like you're working at the wrong place. And then number 1, Christmas. I mean, you're just not beating Christmas, okay? You're just not. They're it's like the 97 Bulls, It's the 07 Patriots in the regular season. I mean, you're not beating Christmas. As an adult, you're still getting presents. And one thing that is really underrated as I've gotten older that I never believed as a kid, I never did. I was just that makes absolutely 0 sense what you're saying. No sense at all. Might as well be a chemistry algorithm or whatever the hell. It makes no sense. Is that when people my grandparents or my parents, the joy that I would see that they get from giving presents to me and my sisters and stuff, and how, they just like, that's what it was about for them. And they enjoyed that. I was like, don't you guys want presents? Like, I'm having a great time over here. Like, what, you guys are just sitting there watching. You maybe get like a fucking pair of slippers or like some weird pullover that you don't want, Dad. And they just have a great time because they saw our happiness, right? But I underestimated that, dude. I love giving gifts. Once I like got out of college and had an actual job and could get pretty good gifts for people, I was like, damn, they're right. Like, you feel good giving gifts to people. Like, you love making them happy, giving them something that they like. It's a lot of fun. So you have that, and then you also can still get gifts, right? So you have that tandem that's going on. You throw in some booze, on there. Christmas Eve, one of my favorite days to drink out of the whole year. Christmas parties, ugly sweaters, man. I mean, you're getting everybody back together. It's a huge coming together. Everybody always wants to have like their holiday party, their Christmas party with the friend group that they've known forever. Even the office Christmas party's fun, right? It's just the best, man. So I don't think you can beat Christmas. Let's see. From Andrew, got to think about what's going on around the holidays. St. Patty's, March Madness, 4th of July, baseball, golf. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense too. That makes sense. I don't even have New Year's on my adult one, man. New Year's as an adult sucks. It's like so overblown. Like Christmas is over, so you're all like depressed, just like, I guess we can do this to have something. New Year's Eve, it's so pricey. It's so overblown. It's always cold as can be. Like there's this great pressure of like, what are we doing for New Year's? What are we doing for New Year's? What are we doing for New Year's? And it never lives up to the hype. And I'm not a big New Year's Eve guy. New Year's Day is better because of college football, Rose Bowl. Tough to beat that. From Neil. So basically booze. I mean, it plays a factor. Yeah, absolutely. But, Christmas and Thanksgiving, the top two, I'd say in that's third or fourth on the list of good things about those. Justin, exactly. Cover fee. You're paying, $20 to get into Brothers or whatever the hell. And it's like, somebody always gets way too drunk before the ball drops, and there's always just some drama, and everybody feels like they have to dress up for some reason. All of a sudden we turn into a Gatsby party. I'm like, guys, how many times? It's like a birthday. How many times are we doing this? I don't know. Not a big New Year's guy though. People are saying 4th of July deserves more respect. That's from Connor. Again, I love 4th of July. And you know what? You know how sometimes in the rankings for like college football shows or something like that, you feel like they just kind of like forgot about a team and they just kind of throw them in there at like number 7. That was kind of what happened with me at 4th of July. I just like threw it in there because I was like, my point being of the tweet of the ranking was St. Patty's Day. So I think that's kind of what it was. You can't go wrong on the 4th of July. Yeah, it's more fun. It's better as an adult too than I think it is as a kid. So you can't go wrong. I mean, I think it was just bias, guys. I think I had St. Patty's bias yesterday. I didn't even really do anything. I didn't even do anything wild. I like I said, I had 2 glasses of wine and woke up with fucking wine brain and needed pickle juice. So, I know. Kid versus adult holiday rankings. There it is. So I was thinking of this new segment. Everybody has, my friends at Pardon My Take have Mount Rushmore, and they make fun of all the sports talk shows that, who's your Mount Rushmore of NBA players? Who's your Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks? Rightfully so. So they have that. So I wanted to introduce Mount Everest. All right. So it's the Mount Everest of whatever we're talking about. And when we think Mount Everest, it's at the top. I'm pretty sure, unless it's changed, but like everybody just thinks Mount Everest. It's the tallest point. You're at the top of the world, right, with Mount Everest. So instead of Mount Rushmore, how about some Mount Everest? So where instead of it's 4, it's just 1. What's at the top of whatever we're talking about? And with today being the official start of March Madness, finally, tomorrow being, the real game starting at noon and everything like that, I said, let's do Mount Everest of sports days. Okay? So I'll start with Ncaa basketball. Typically, Mount Everest of Ncaa would be it would be today. It would be the Thursday of the tournament starting. Game starting at noon, all the way up until midnight, basically, right? And then you have the Friday to look forward to afterwards. The start of the weekend, the Friday would be, people would argue the Friday of, I'm sure, because it's Friday and maybe you take that day off and then you have the weekend. But I argue Thursday because it's just the beginning. And there's nothing like the hype of that first 4 tip-offs that are 12:15, 12:30, 12:45, whatever it is. And then you're at the lunch break and it's finally here. And then you have all of it to do again on Friday. Plus it's Friday. You get that to look forward to. It's like Christmas Eve versus Christmas, right? NCAA basketball, Mount Everest, first Thursday of the tournament. Boom. NBA, staying with hoops. Mount Everest of NBA, got to be Christmas Day. I don't care about the playoffs. I don't care about the finals. The combination of Christmas Day, it's such a tradition. You got the first one tipping off at noon, 2, 5, 8, and 10:30, man. It's a great slate. They're wearing the different uniforms. I know it's oh my God, I can't believe they're really doing this. It's Christmas Day. What the hell? They're actually playing? Do they open their presents this morning? What the fuck's going on? Nothing like Christmas Day for the NBA. Even if it's that first day of the playoffs, game 1 of the final, whatever it is, Mount Everest of the NBA is Christmas Day. No doubt about it. Major League Baseball, I toss with this one a lot. I toss back and forth a lot, and I could go either way. All right? So I'd love to hear what you guys think for the Mount Everest of Major League Baseball. And I say that it's the 4th of July. All right? And maybe I'm just a sucker for the movie Sandlot. But I think of it, and I feel like, there's always a huge, huge lineup of games on 4th of July. You have them on the TV when you're going, from the pool to inside to get some food. You're checking it out. They're wearing their red, white, and blue different uniforms. There's always fireworks after if you're going to the game. It's a big day. I just think, it's like baseball, America, hot dogs. Yeah, 4th of July. Boom. The argument could be made as well. I was leaning something in October, maybe the first day of the playoffs in October, where you're starting to get that crisp out. Places like Wrigley Field are putting the red, white, and blue banners behind the backstop and everything like that. You're oh, this is the playoffs. You can feel it. It's got that crisp fall air with the sunshine coming in. You're feeling it. That could be up there as well. But I like the 4th of July. I like the 4th of July for that one. College football, Mount Everest, the 3rd Saturday in October. And New Year's Day would typically probably be a good answer for this. Also acceptable. A lot of people probably go there because it's the fat day for bowls and the Rose Bowl, like I mentioned earlier. But I like the 3rd Saturday in October because that I feel like is always the day where the season officially starts. That's the day when you have LSU versus Auburn and Florida versus South Carolina and Notre Dame against USC and that's the day where it's just from noon all the way up to the primetime game at 8 where game day is. You're okay, no more cupcakes. Now we're into college football season. Now we're ready to go. Plus, October football is just incredible. You can maybe have a little dual screen with the World Series on or whatever, the NLCS,
and college football going. But to me, the third Saturday in October, that's when I'm always like, all right, the games are now officially over. We're in it now. Like the race through November starts now. You have 7 like must-see, just absolute bangers of games. Third Saturday in October. Give me that for college football. And then lastly, for the NFL, Mount Everest of the NFL, got to be the Saturday divisional round. Got to be. Saturday football, for Saturday professional football, boom, banger, always, no matter what. And then the divisional round, go to the title game. You get 4 games that weekend. The 2 on the Saturday. They're always classic, crazy shit happens on that Saturday divisional round. Nothing better. Because again, then you're like, bam, we're doing this on Saturday, and we got 2 more games tomorrow. You can't pick the Sunday one because then it's like, shit. After that 1 o'clock game, you're like, damn. All of a sudden, the Sunday scaries start kicking in, man. And now there's only 2. Now there's only 3 games left of the NFL. That starts to hit on Sunday. But on Saturday of the divisional round, 2 games, and we're rolling, man. We are rolling. So Mount Everest, NCAA, first Thursday of the tournament, NBA, Christmas Day, Major League Baseball, 4th of July, college football, 3rd Saturday in October, the NFL, the Saturday of the divisional round. Mount Everest. I like it. I like that new segment. Iron Bowl, yeah. Florida, Georgia. Yeah, I mean, you could go specific rivalries, but I'm talking just about like all encompassing. I'm talking like the whole day, But that's your guys' Mount Everest. So have at it. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Will. I thought about that. I thought Florida, Georgia, but then I was like, that's either the last week of October or the first weekend in November. But it's still, it's still right around that area, It's still, you could kind of bunch that in and include that. So yeah, Mount Everest sports days. Let me check Twitter. Has Juju signed anywhere yet? I feel like I would get a text about it if he did. I don't know, man. Put me on freezing cold takes, but I think that he's going to come back. The longer he is not signed, the better it looks, in my mind, for him to come to the Steelers again. Nope, hasn't signed anywhere. Maybe? I don't know. Colin Dunlap just tweeted something. What timing? I'll look and see. Juju. Just search it on Twitter. Nope, haven't seen anything. All right, so Juju watch. Maybe we'll be doing it day 5 tomorrow. We're doing it day 5. Avery, any thoughts on a bracket challenge group? Man, yeah, I make fun of bracket challenge guys all the time, and like sketches and stuff, and I still get people who will ask me that. Like, any interest in my bracket challenge? I'm like, dude, I just did a video kind of like making fun of you. I haven't filled out one yet. I don't know if I'm going to. It's just that, like, it's just different once you start gambling. You don't do it as much when you start gambling. At least I don't. I'm like looking at it as like, oh, I can gamble with the Barstool Sportsbook, which, by the way, if you're in Illinois, Pennsylvania, Michigan, download the Barstool Sportsbook. There's some really, really fun, bets that are going on, prop bets that are going on with Big Cat and Dave. They got a buzzer beater one going on that Dave talked about yesterday. So please go check that out. I'm sending my guys, I'm not going to be up there this weekend because I can't, with Happy and everything. I just can't. I can't go up there. So I'm going to be sending my bets through them to use for the Barstool Sportsbook. But yeah, do that. Download that app. Will Law, it's sick in early May, not COVID years, when Major League Baseball, NBA, and playoffs are all going. May is a really good month, man. We can talk into months, maybe tomorrow or something. But May, especially with Indianapolis, I mean, May is our Super Bowl. The Indy 500, it's the best. The whole month is just a month-long party, and then not to mention, also the Kentucky Derby. right at the beginning. So you got Kentucky Derby, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, Indy 500, all that shit. So yeah, May is the best. Kicking off summer, Memorial Day weekend. Oh, damn, love it. From Jackson, still waiting on that in Indiana. I know, with the sports book, gonna have Big Cat on tomorrow. So Big Cat's gonna stop by first day of the tournament. Get hyped about that. And I know it's a holiday for him, so gonna have him on for a little bit. I'll ask him about that. Get some answers on when the Barstool Sportsbook's going to be coming to Indiana, hopefully soon. I don't want to make any promises. We'll hear from him tomorrow, but hopefully soon. Crossing our fingers. Last one here from the Dungeon Delver. Okay, overall Everest for college ball. Here's a contender. A-Day when they broadcast the team's practices, you can see your favorite team showing new players. Oof, man. Okay, I can't get too into practice really, but that's what you're feeling, then that's what you're feeling. Again, it's your Mount Everest. You climb it however you want to, Dungeon Delver. My voice is sounding kind of sexy. Might have to rip another Ray Liotta here with the way my voice is sounding right now. Tomorrow, Big Cat's going to stop by. It's Friday. I'm going to introduce the Glazing Five. We're going to talk some donuts tomorrow. The Glazing Five. Tomorrow. We're going to have Big Cat. It's going to be the first crazy day of the tournament. So I'm excited to talk to you guys there. Again, waking up with you every single day. Subscribe to the channel. Daily content, daily show, 9 to 10 a.m. And then below, you have the link to get your merch. I would love to see more people rocking the Cup of Joey mug with me every single morning. That's the point. We're waking up together. I like waking up with you guys, having fun. It's a blast to do this show every single day. So thanks for being here with me. But get yours in the description, as well as Indian Sanity merch. Over 20,000 people are coming to town, coming to my hometown for this. Let's be rocking the Indian Sanity merch, as well as Cup of Joey stuff as well. So all good stuff. Yeah, okay. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, Garrett. Glazing Five, Big Cat, first day of the tournament tomorrow, and it's Friday. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow live at 9. Have a good one, guys.